This little island you see on the map is maybe the most important place on the whole planet. It is called Taiwan. It sits only about 130 kilometers away from the massive country of China, separated by the rough water of the Taiwan Strait. To the leaders in Beijing, China's capital, Taiwan is just a part of their land that they have to get back. They call this unification. But to the 23 million people who live in Taiwan, it is a completely free and independent country, a place with its own democracy, its own government, and its own unique way of life. The United States and its friends see Taiwan as a super important ally, like a key piece in a giant game of global protection. The real reason this place matters so much is not just about land or flags. It is about the secret power Taiwan holds over the entire world's economy. The person or country that controls this island holds a near monopoly on the one tiny piece of technology that makes every modern machine work. Taiwan literally holds the entire world's economy hostage, and this is the incredible story of how this small island became so important, that the world simply cannot do without it. To really get why this tiny area is so tense, we need to look at the map like it's a giant chessboard. Taiwan is right in the middle of all the major shipping lanes in East Asia, which are like busy highways for trade, carrying trillions of dollars of goods every single year. To its north is the Miyako Strait, and to its south is the Bashi Channel. These are critical doorways for all the ships and for military travel. Now, look at where the United States has its military bases, like in South Korea, Japan, and the Philippines. If you connect all those bases, they form an arc, like a giant fence, called the First Island Chain. This chain is like a barrier, and its main job is to keep China's Navy and Air Force close to its own shores, stopping them from easily going out into the big wide Pacific Ocean. Taiwan is sitting right in the middle of this fence. If China were to invade and take over Taiwan, it would not just get a new island. It would smash this whole defensive fence. This would let the Chinese military travel freely into the Pacific, increasing their power a lot and putting US allies like Japan and the Philippines in immediate danger. This catastrophic shift in power is why the US views Taiwan as an essential place, turning a small body of water into a spot that could cause a major global conflict. But the most amazing reason Taiwan is so vital is because of something tiny and technological. Even though Taiwan's economy is not one of the biggest in the world, it is home to one company that controls the flow of modern information and technology, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. You can just call it the Taiwan Chip Company. This company invented a new way to make chips. They do not design the chips themselves like Apple or Nvidia do, but they have the most advanced factories on Earth and just manufacture the chips for everyone else. This specialized way of working is why they are the absolute masters of the chip world. The Taiwan Chip Company is not just a big player, it is a structural monopoly. This one company makes over 60% of all the semiconductors in the world, and even more amazing, it makes a staggering 90% of the most advanced electronic chips, the kind that are smaller than 7 nanometers. These tiny, powerful chips are absolutely necessary for everything advanced we use, like artificial intelligence, 5G phone networks, the giant computers that run the internet, and all the newest military weapons. If you look at your phone, your car, or a modern plane, it needs these chips. The world's dependence on this one company is total. Experts guess that if China successfully invaded Taiwan, it would stop global chip production right away, costing the global economy about $2.5 trillion in just the first year. Every single industry from hospitals and transportation to banking and defense would immediately stop working. The fear is real. If China took Taiwan, they would instantly control the world's most critical technology, giving them huge power over every other country, including the US itself. This is why Taiwan is often called the Silicon Shield, protecting the world's technological supply chain just by existing. Taiwan's powerful position today is not an accident. It is a story of survival based on really smart economic planning. The island was controlled by Japan for 50 years until World War II ended. After that, control went to the Republic of China government, led by the Kuomintang Party. But at the same time, the Chinese Civil War was happening on the mainland. In 1949, the Communists won, creating the People's Republic of China. The defeated Kuomintang forces and about 2 million followers ran away across the strait to Taiwan, setting up their government in exile. This created two Chinas, the huge People's Republic of China and the small island Republic of China. The early years on the island were tough, but the leaders knew they had one big fear. The mainland would eventually invade. For a while, the US Navy helped guard the strait, but the Taiwanese leaders realized that military help could be taken away at any time based on what the US wanted. This became very clear in the 1970s, when the US began to officially recognize the People's Republic of China, instead of the Island Republic of China. This forced Taiwan to make a crucial decision. The only thing that could truly protect them was to become so vital to the world's economy that no one could afford to let them fall. They focused hard on making their economy grow, moving from simple farming to making cheap products, and finally, they put everything they had into developing advanced technology. This big effort led to the founding of the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. By becoming the absolute best at making the world's most advanced chips, Taiwan effectively bought itself protection, creating its own silicon shield defense system. This whole situation is made even more complicated by a diplomatic tactic called strategic ambiguity. The United States officially recognizes the People's Republic of China as the only legal government of China and only has unofficial relations with Taiwan. However, the US also passed the Taiwan Relations Act in 1979. This law says the US must provide weapons and services to help Taiwan defend itself. The ambiguity is the crucial part. The US does not clearly say whether it would send its own troops to fight if China attacks. This careful silence works in two ways. First, it discourages Taiwan from formally declaring independence, which China says would start a war immediately. Second, it keeps China guessing, making them nervous about invading because they know the US might step in. Taiwan lives in a constant state of diplomatic uncertainty, relying on its own army, its completely necessary economic power, and the calculated silence of the United States. The distance between Taiwan and the mainland is only 130 kilometers, but the political, economic, and technological gap is a chasm. This island has successfully engineered its own survival by making itself the absolute most important piece in the global supply chain. The question that remains is whether the silicon shield and the policy of strategic ambiguity are strong enough to stop the forces trying to achieve unification. The answer to this affects every single person watching this video because the future of technology and the stability of the global economy runs right through the Taiwan Strait.